Hey everybody, Average Picker here. It seems like it's been a minute since I've done a video, and it sort of has, and I'll tell you what happened. I hit the picking streak of a lifetime, and I decided I was going to jump in and just focus all my efforts into dimple locks. I jumped straight to an MLT Interactive, which is sitting over here, and trying to learn all the intricacies of it, and my picking ability completely plummeted. It just fell off a cliff. Yeah, and that sucked, mostly in part because I was ready to go ahead and crown myself Lord of the Lockpick, and I had my whole coronation was set up. I had bands scheduled, I had Coliseum spaces, rented satellite connections, you know, we had an entire parade, the confetti machines, all of that I had to, you know, go ahead and start canceling and getting deposits back on, and things like that. So yeah, it's been a busy week canceling my crowning plans. Yeah. But on my channel, I like to wax philosophical sometimes about some things, and that's sort of what this video is about, the future of lockpicking. And this came up while talking to a guy at work, and it came up kind of as two questions, dealing with what the future of lockpicking looked like. And I will say, so for those of you who don't know, I work part-time at a Habitat for Humanity restore. And the restores tend to be a little bit behind the trend, right? So things that are going out of style, your people that are on the bleeding end of trends tend to gut their places and send their stuff. So we get things that are still quite trendy. And we also get stuff that has not been in style for 30 plus years. And more and more people are coming in looking for electronic locks, or, you know, those locks I can unlock with my phone. So we'll just call them smart locks, for lack of a better term, though they seem to be covering everything from just being able to use your phone to just, you know, a kind of digital-esque, you know, number key, you know, number pad kind of deal. So it's quite the broad spectrum of what people are kind of looking at, but they do share that electricalness to them, right? And that's been happening more and more. Now, your lower end renters are not asking about this stuff. They're still coming in quite interested in what we'll just call them mechanical analog locks, like we know mechanical locks, as opposed to the electronic ones. And so yeah, this guy asked me though, what was the future of lockpicking going to look like? Was there going to be a time when there's no mechanical locks? And with no foreseeable timeline in this question, I thought it was a little bit interesting. And I do think, yeah, I think, you know, if we look at a stretch of 100 years or so, we are going to hit a period where lockpicking predominantly becomes, you know, using a laptop, tablet, whatever it is, whatever device it is at the time that allows us digitally into hacking and exploiting those things. I think there's always going to be, of course, there's always a mechanical component to a lock. So there's always going to be some kind of mechanical exploit or people hunting for those. And I said I also thought that there was always going to be a condition under which it would facilitate the need for a mechanical lock. Leaving that very broad, open to interpretation. And they kind of asked, well, what do I think that would be, which I had never encountered before. Like, is that going to be would those mechanical locks then be really expensive and really good locks, or because they would be needed so infrequently, would they just be junk? And so here's my prediction for the 100-year future. Yes, everybody is going to, 99% of the locks are going to be electronic locks, which is going to suck because when I'm 150 whatever years old and trying to pick them, you know, my interest is in the mechanical lock. And the second part of my prediction there is that it's going to be the Master 3. The Master 3 is going to dominate as the mechanical lock for security, and it is going to cost $300 and is going to be seen as very secure because it's going to be like a manual car is becoming now, where manual cars are less and less stolen because nobody knows how to shift gears anymore. I shouldn't say nobody knows how to, obviously some people do. but shifting is becoming more and more specialized, which is odd and interesting, I think. So yeah, that's my prediction. Master Lock's Master 3, the core in that Master 3 is going to dominate in 100 years as the most secure mechanical lock, and everyone's going to be using electronic locks. Yeah, take my prediction as a grain of salt. Actually, it's just kind of for funs. Though I am terrible at predicting technology. Originally, when I was shown email, I called it a cute trick. And I predicted Twitter would fail within 6 months. So, there we go, guys. Yeah, I thought it was interesting enough to throw it out there. I would love to hear your thoughts and everything on it. So, if you want to, you can comment below, make a video on it, whatever you want to do. Ignore it if you want to. I just thought it was interesting enough, and I think it's funny enough to think of a future where the Master 3 is guarding things that a digital lock just isn't suitable for condition-wise for whatever reason. Yeah, that'll be funny. All right, guys, have a good one. We are going to get back to some picking soon, I promise. I am getting my skill back. It plummeted, but it never quite plummets as low as not be able to pick at all. So, it's a roller coaster. And that's another point of this video, I guess, is that we all go through bad picking spells. So, have a good one, everybody.